Everyone, and welcome to this tutorial on how I customized my storefront. I will give you a walkthrough how I do my thing and what I could recommend you do as well. So if you go to Podia and you have a new storefront, this little image here is what it's going to look like. So it's going to be the Podia purple or lilac. You have empty shopping bags there. And then your buttons will be purple, and the font is going to be the font that Podia uses as well. It's really nice, but it's not necessarily on brand. So here is a thing that I recommend you do first. Use a tool like Notepad or maybe Evernote like I do here, and then write down your hex codes of your brand palette. If you don't know how to do branding, then look out for my masterclass where I talk about branding and niching. So here are my business branding colors. So I have the hex codes already in my folder here in my Evernote, which I like to work with, handy to use them when I customize things. So, and I'm not sure if you saw this because I only share my Chrome window, but basically just write them down somewhere where you can easily copy paste them. So Notes or Evernote, for example. Now, what you will do is you will go to your name and then you can go to edit your store. That's where the magic happens. So here's a couple of things that I did, and I'm just going to walk you through them so that you can see how I did all of this. So the first thing we're going to look at is the header here. So we'll click on appearance. I changed the font to what is most close to my website. So I use Playfair and Kala. Kala is something that I use, and the font that I usually use on my website is not available, but Playfair is pretty similar. I also entered my brand colors. So that's why I copy paste my brand colors, the hex codes, so that I can simply copy paste them in here. So the background is a bright pink, my more brand color. So the buttons are going to be this pink here. I don't use black very often. I use a little bit of a dark hazel brown. I use a dirty blue, which you can see in different elements. You can see it here on the line, for example. For the buttons, I use yellow, and then the font is going to be white. So that will already set the tone pretty much. Then the header. So what you can do in here is you can do your logo, which I would recommend you do. I produced mine on Canva, really, really easy. And then I have a link here to my business website, to my sleep website, as I have two businesses. And then the contact is very simple. Mail to info@sleeplikeaboss.com. So it's really simple. If people click on contact, their email browser will pop up and this will be pre-populated. But you can add whatever you want to. The login button is going to be there, so there's not much that you can change there. And then also the Favicon is the little icon that you see when people go to your website. There's a little icon on the left-hand side of the search of the type bar. So that's going to be CMB. And I don't have a social media image for now. Then what I did is, in order to get this header, because I love headers to introduce yourself, you will have to use the bio feature, because the bio feature is the only one that I found out so far that allows you to have a background image. The others, text blocks, they don't allow you to have that. And I really do like having this beautiful welcome kind of thing set up. So the way that I did it is, now that I've pre-populated my brand colors, the appearance will be here. I could just change it with some of their suggestions, or I could customize it just for this page. The layout, I kept it classic. You can change this around. I do like that classic layout. You can play with it. The profile picture is, I believe, 170 to 170. I do suggest that you use their measurements and use a small picture, as otherwise it will be distorted. Then for my text, it is a little bit like a website welcome. Welcome to Christine's store. And I can see there's a little typo in here. You will change everything here. And then I do a little introduction of who I am, a little bit of bragging and how it helps people get there. I added a background image. I added my social media links here. And that's pretty much it. The overlay has been taken care of. So this overlay here was taken care of by the appearance. Next, if we scroll further down, this is specifically to me because I have two businesses, and I wanted to make it really easy for people to choose which products they want to see. And this has two purposes. Number one, it makes it easier on the people to get there. Number two, though, if I want to only show people one part of my store, I can just click on this category here. It will pre-populate only the courses that belong to this category, and I can copy that URL. So that way, if I promote my store for just one particular type of product, I would use the URL that is created from this, which is pre-filtered. So instead of saying store.christinemintzbusiness.com, where people will come to this page, what I can do is, let me see if I can open this in a new, I don't seem to be able to be doing this. I can do it let me show you when I actually go to my storefront. So this is my storefront, not in editing mode, what it looks like. There's a little favicon here. So if I don't want people to see all my courses, which are all listed here. So this is a sleep one and the rest is business, but I only want them to see Christine Mintz Business. Then, for example, I could just click on that and then I will just promote this URL. So that way people will immediately come to the storefront where they only have the products that have been tagged Christine Mintz Business. And the category can be chosen when you set up your course. So that's what I did here. So depending on what you have, you can have different categories there too. Then I use my products. And the products, basically, you do these. I did them in Canva, which is pretty easy to do. And I do suggest that you create an image for each product. And that's basically it. I have nothing else on there. So how do I edit products? Let me go to this one here. So you go to storefront, you go to the product that you want to edit. And it's the same kind of thing. So the header and the business to me are the same. And then what I did is I used the header here, the product banner. So this is my copy. This is pre-populated, by the way. How to make Google love you is the title, and it's pre-populated. You won't be able to change that. But you can add copy, which you should do. You can add an image, which you should do, or a video even. And you can also add a background image on your product sales page. So that's what I did here. All the ones that are going to be, I'm not sure if I'm going to put them on all the product pages, but for now, that's basically it. If you want to look at one that's a little bit more sophisticated, that's what I'm working on right now, is, for example, this one here. So what I did here is I did the banner with the image. This pre-populated, it's in pre-launch mode. That's why I have the email here, because I'm pre-launching. It's not open for purchase yet. I added a little bit of text. Then I added this thing here, which I did with a text and image. And actually this text here was created by using the Podia sales page generator, which you can check out. It's free from Podia. Then I added more text, so that's here. And then I added the content section, and one of those is actually can be seen. So that's basically it. Things you can also add, you have sections at the bottom that you can add even further. But as you can see, you have this thing popping up. It's only, again, for pre-launch, but it's in your brand color. the font is in your brand color, everything is nicely branded and looks, it makes sense. So I hope that has helped you a little bit to set up your products as well. And if you have any questions, then just email me at info@christinemeansbusiness.com.